Let's begin right now with just a little definition, I guess. What is self-esteem? So you can see here that self-esteem is the feeling you get when you are good at something that is difficult to master. Now here's the deal with self-esteem, folks. Young children especially get their self-esteem from us, the way we treat them. If we treat them with respect, if we treat them firmly, fairly, if you will. They also get self-esteem from peers, and they get self-esteem from teachers as well. So adults and other children tend to shape self-esteem in the early years. But the real issue in self-esteem is self-respect. And children they acquire self-respect when they do things for themselves, things that are challenging, things that are not the easiest things to do, and they accomplish it. So self-respect is really the foundation for self-esteem. The other part of self-esteem is doing things that are important, being good at things that are important, not only to the child, but to the family and to your extended family and indeed your culture. So think right now, what things are you good at that your family, extended family, and indeed your culture value? Example, who's a really good cook? Okay. Is cooking valued in your family? So people come to you for advice, recipes. How do you do it? Okay. So we have high self-esteem when our skill base, when what we do is valued by those who we consider to be important, and that skill is deemed important by members of your family. I have friends who grew up in families where you had to be a reader. And I have a friend of mine was not a big reader. And he always talks about his low self-esteem because in his family, everybody reads. If you go there on a Sunday afternoon, there's no TV. It's quiet. It's very quiet. Everyone's reading. But he's running around. And people are always yelling at him to be quiet. So in his family, when he gets to his family, he said he has low self-esteem whenever he's around them. Now when he's with his other friends who like to play ball and not read, he feels much better about himself. So our self-esteem is dependent too on if we have a skill that is deemed important by those around us. In some families, it's athletics. In other families, it's music. You have to be a musician if you want to be important in this family, or a good artist. And in other families, it's just being socially very good, just having good social skills, being a raconteur, being able to tell stories. And so if you're quiet in that family, everybody's always criticizing you. Why can't you talk? Why can't you talk? So you can see our self-esteem is dependent largely on, does the family consider our ability important? Do we do what the family thinks is important, what our culture deems is important?